Hi, I'm Betsy. Welcome back to my kitchen. So today when I was thinking about what I wanted to make, it was very easy because my son just went back to college and I miss him like you cannot believe. And so I am making his favorite thing. Self-serving because, little known fact, when we do this filming, there's a lot of leftovers. And so this gives me every excuse to go down and see him to drop the leftovers off. So anyway, what we're making today is Scotcheroos. These are so simple. So again, for my friends who claim they cannot bake, this one doesn't even require an oven. All we're going to be doing is melting stuff on the cooktop and mixing it. So you don't even need the oven, you can do this one. So for this one, we start with 1 cup of sugar. And all we're going to do is take a cup of sugar and a cup of light corn syrup and get that on the stove and bring it to a boil. I'm just going to get that all mixed together, and then I put it on the stove and I let it do its thing. It'll take, over medium heat, this might take 5 minutes to come to a boil. Once I have that cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get the topping ready to go. What this is that's cooking over there is going to come back and be mixed with peanut butter, and then I'm going to mix it with Rice Krispie cereal. Once I do that, that becomes the base, and then I put a topping on it. The topping is just butterscotch and chocolate chips, but I've got to get those melted. So I'm going to make a double boiler because I don't have a commercial double boiler, I just make one. So I take a saucepan, I'm going to add about 1 inch of water, and I'm going to make myself a double boiler. All this is 1 inch of water, and then I take a glass or a metal pan and put it on top. The key is you don't want the pan to touch the water. What we're doing is melting something at a slower pace. So the water is going to boil and steam's going to be created and it's going to melt it. So I've got this done. I'm going to add a cup of butterscotch, a cup of chocolate chips, get them over medium heat and just let them melt. So while that's cooking on the stove, I'll get everything else ready over here. This one just gets mixed by hand, so I need 6 cups of crispy rice cereal. I'll get that in a bowl, set that off to the side. I need 1.5 cups of peanut butter. I prefer to make mine with crunchy peanut butter. It's just what I like. You could get by with any peanut butter you like. And I'll get my pan sprayed up. The batch that I'm making makes a little 1/4 sheet pan. You could use cake pan, any pan you've got. There's nothing special about that. And I'll just get that sprayed up. I use canola oil spray. Just lightly spray it. Just want to make sure that the sides are sprayed too, because this one's a sticky one. So I will get that all ready. And as soon as that's done, we'll mix it all together. So this is starting to boil. So once we've gotten this to a boil, we just bring it back and we're going to add the 1.5 cups of peanut butter. And now we just have to get this mixed in. So it's completely blended. It doesn't take long because this is really hot. All right, once we have that all mixed in, we're just going to mix it in with our crispy rice cereal. When you're making this, you can fully expect that stuff's going to fly everywhere. And it's at this point in this recipe, if my son were here, I'd be grabbing a spoon and I'd be taking it up to his room to give him a big wad of this part of it. This, truth be told, is probably one of the favorite things for me to eat as well. So, he would be up in his room right now enjoying that. Okay, once we have that made, I've got my sprayed pan. We're just going to dump all of this in there. And if I was writing a cookbook, I would tell you to leave the bowl like this because then you can come back and eat that later. Okay, so I've got this in there and now I need to press it down. The way I press things down, put a little spray on my hands and go to town. Makes it super easy. Nothing sticks to my hands. Press it down. I'm not pressing it really hard. I don't want it too dense, but I'm pressing it down so it'll take enough of a shape and keep its form. Okay, so we've got this. Now I'm going to get the topping and we're just going to put it on top. Okay, so once I've got the topping, I'm just making sure all the lumps are out. And then it's mixed really well. And then I spread it out and take it to the edges. And just like that, we have Scotcheroos. You're gonna wanna let these sit for a little bit so the topping will harden up. You could probably pop it into the refrigerator. I wouldn't do it too long because the chocolate might change a little color. But just let this sit out for a little bit, harden up, cut them, and you'll love them. So this is them. These are Scotcheroos. These are my son's favorite, which make them my favorite. I hope you enjoy these as much as we do in this house. Okay, are we done? Can I go ahead and I want to do these. And I'm taking a picture of these. I'm sending them to my son to make it feel. These are Oh my gosh, I'm having that is so good.
Whoa!